darkness in me. Lord help me, and I don't wanna be just another refugee in someone else's prison. Oh, not me, not me, not me. Oh, not me, not me, not me. There is darkness inside of me, and I force it down. Another shot of Crown, too much slack in the leash now. I do not know how long it will be, but sooner or later the darkness takes over me. He hunts me down.
Hello and welcome to the Nonsense Chronicles. This is Doug Sashery. As always, I'm joined by
Rob Mediola. What's
Rob.
up?
It's a Monday.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I'm kind of back on schedule a little bit.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we're getting there. We have to hammer some things in, but we're
You got some travels coming up, exploring.
exploring.
Do you drive an Explorer?
Expedition.
Expedition.
Close enough.
Close enough. Yeah.
Explorer's just a little bit too short for me.
Okay.
Yeah, so. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this your second expedition? Or was your last one an Explorer?
third expedition?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're faithful.
Yeah, I am. It's like people that have cut my hair. I think I've had 3 since I've.
So you got a Ford guy you go to.
No, actually, I have there's a place in Humboldt, Texas, which is close to where I used to live,
Mm-hmm.
called Diamond Automotive, and I still go there.
It's
'Cause
a
I
car lot?
hate it. Well, no, it's a. They do regular mechanic work, and
Oh, but that's not where you bought your vehicle.
but I always buy. I don't buy.
Changing the subject.
Yeah, well, it's I don't buy new cars anymore.
Oh, okay.
This one I hadn't for a while, and this one has.
So that one's used.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that. It looks brand new.
Bought it last year. Well, it was a 2023. In other words, last year.
Yeah.
And it had 6,000 miles.
Oh,
on it.
well, that's pretty
Yeah, I mean that's
about-
it's perfect. Yeah,
That's pretty neat.
because I've got them when like the Max, the longer version even of the Expedition, which I could not find at a semi-reasonable price even. I got one before that had 30,000 miles on it but it was at the right price.
Well, I bet you're racking them up now. The miles.
I'm getting ready to. Right now, I'm only at since November, so I'm only at about 13,000 miles.
Oh, okay.
But
That's not bad.
no, it's getting ready to fly. It's getting ready to flip and dip now, man.
Cool, man.
But they said this podcast had room for another Doug. So today,
I did. We're doubling up on the D.
that's it. Doug Westcott's with us. Hi, Doug. How's it going,
What's up,
buddy?
Doug?
It's going good. Good. Thanks for having me.
Always, man. You're the. We always make Simpson references on this show.
Well, you do.
Well, I do. He is the episode where they had Mary Poppins, but her name was Sherry Bobbins. And when groundskeeper Willie was in the park playing like 12 instruments at once, that's who I always think about. Doug
Okay.
Westcott.
Yeah.
Because
All right.
he's multi-talented. He does my buddy Pete Ocello does. He plays by himself. He's got his tracks. That's the Doug Westcott I know. Wait, do you have a backing band now?
No.
No.
He's a looper, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's classed as a looper.
Yeah. Is that actually what it's called?
Yeah, it is.
Tracks actually refers to something completely different. Tracks means you have background music
Yeah.
that's playing drums with you and stuff, not actually.
Pre-recorded.
Yeah, pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Everything I do is live recorded.
So you're hitting something to give you a beat right then and right there.
He's recording on the fly,
Yeah.
multiple sounds and voicings.
See, we learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
At least I do.
And with his guitar, well, tell us what What instruments are you doing with your guitar, basically?
Well, I have the lead. I play lead guitar a line, and then I'll play like the rhythm guitar line, and then I'll play like I'll have a pedal that turns my guitar into a bass, so I'll play the bass line, and then I'll bang on the guitar and create percussion to simulate drums, and then do some vocal harmonies on some songs to just kind of lift the chorus up instead of just making it the same. Yeah, and I do all that with just a guitar and 3 or 4 pedals.
So you create probably 7, maybe 8 layers.
Yeah,
at a time, right?
some songs even more.
Yeah.
The loop pedal that I have currently is it's the best one that I've ever found, but it's got 6 loop tracks. So the old one only had 3. So when you have 6, you can separate each track so much dynamically that it seems like it's already pre-mixed when it goes to the sound guy. So it really makes your sound professional than when you're just using 3 tracks. Because when you're using 3 tracks, you're only mixing 3 tracks. But when you're using 6, you're mixing 6. So you get a better, fuller,
It's very deep. Yeah.
full sound. Yeah.
God,
That's a lot of brain power, man.
that's a lot, man. I just would have thought. When was the last time you played with other people?
Like with a band?
Yeah.
You've done that before, though.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
doubt
When
that
I was
yes.
young, probably, let's see, a full band with me playing in it. It was probably when I was senior in high school.
Wow.
Maybe senior in high school.
So like 2 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's not too far out.
Yeah.
You
I
said when I was young.
I graduated 2006, so it would
Okay.
have been a while ago. But
Yeah.
and I'm never against playing with other people. It's just easier for me when I do it myself.
Well, because you got it all in your head, right? I mean,
Right.
Obviously, that's how your brain works. So
Right. And I don't want to be in a band and boss everybody around. Like, it's just
Yeah.
not who I am. So I'd rather
you
just
boss your pedal around.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as much talent as you have, I know people have come to you and said, "Hey, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that?" And yeah, you've really been stuck on the.
But
This is
you've
me
done
and my
you have
thing.
done some collaborations and work with other producers,
Yeah, I have
like
done
to make music, right? So,
right. Yeah, I've done a lot of collaborations, and I love collaborating with people as long as it's as long as they're serious. I have a lot of people tell me, "Oh yeah, well let's collab." And okay, send me something, and then you never hear
Yeah.
anything, or they send you something that's really bad, and you're just like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to say now," and you're in that uncomfortable
Yeah.
position. But what was the question?
That's a good question because you're asking the wrong person to remember something. No, I
Well,
was just
because
saying that.
you were kind of saying like he doesn't play with other musicians.
Oh,
but,
yeah,
yeah, that's what I was making the
but
point.
you kind of do a little bit.
I do a
but-
little bit, but
yeah.
if anytime somebody says we should jam, it's immediate no for me because I don't. I did that one, 15 years ago, and it was fun,
But now
it's
you're
cool.
structured and
Now I'm structured. Yeah, I'm not a jammer or an open mic jammer or anything. I like to perform. So I like to practice what I'm going to do and then actually perform it and try to make an impact. I'm not into the jamming.
you are
thing
very
anymore.
much a stickler on things and structured. And yeah, that's good,
Yeah.
man. And like I said, there's a lot of people in different walks of life, and music is no different. That look, I want to do it this way. Then if that means that I have to do it by myself, well, then I'm going to do it by myself.
Well, as a looper, you've put a lot of time into like that technique and
Yeah, I did, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, it took 5 years to
Wow.
get the timing right and to get everything programmed the right way with the loop. Which the timing of the loop and trying to get that right is just as hard as trying to program this pedal because the pedal's like in a different language. It's insanely hard to program. So once I had both of those, I was like, okay, well now. Once I have it down, now I don't really have to think about it. It kind of becomes muscle memory of stepping on it at the exact right time. But now you get to say, okay, what can I do with it now? And so now you get to explore all the possibilities of what it is and how far and out of the box you want your song to be.
basically you're like a musician / technician, right?
Slash composer.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to be to accomplish that end result.
Yeah.
I just put one and one together, and I got two. Do you know who the loop daddy is?
The
No.
loop daddy.
Because when I think about loops, he is known as the loop daddy. Not you. I'm just pointing randomly. Is it Mark Rebele?
Oh, yeah, I know who that
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he uses the Boss 505, or he was when he first started out, which is the loop pedal that you use with your hands instead of your feet. They have one more, which is the RC 600, which is the one I got, that you use with your feet. But yeah, he's something else. He's a character for sure. He's funny.
is, man. He can throw some stuff together. I was like, Jesus Christ.
But loops,
man.
I think, probably came from like the sampling they were doing back, in the 80s and the mixing and on the DJ.
Probably. I don't know.
platforms.
I've never looked up the history of looping.
Yeah.
I probably should.
I mean, that was a big thing. That's why they carried all the records, because they would sample on those records, and then do their rapping and stuff on top of that.
Huh.
So the mixers and the crate guys would come in with all their stuff, and they'd be handing records back and forth, on the turntables. It's pretty interesting,
Wasn't there a movie or a TV show called Looper?
I never watched it. It looked corny from the picture, and I was like, yeah, I know.
No, it had nothing to do with
Nothing to do with what Doug does. Yeah.
No.
Just threw that out there, man. Yeah.
So you stay pretty busy though, performing though.
I try to, yeah. I'd like to perform once every other weekend is what I've been doing. When I perform every weekend, it's better for me.
It keeps your chops up.
Yeah, it keeps your chops up, but it's also if I go like a month and I don't have a show in a month, like I start getting down, and I'm just like, man, my energy's back or my energy's gone. But if I have shows lined up, it always seems like
That's the fuel.
That's the fuel. That's something to look forward to. So I'd like to play even more than that, but if you they have to be really far spread out, because if you keep playing everywhere
Same
close,
place. I was going to say, if you come play out 12th Street in Huntsville, and you can play downtown, there's plenty of places there, and yeah.
You
like
keep
I
it
got to
kinda-
play House of Blues Saturday,
Yes.
and then I got to play BFE, which is it's quite a drive, so that's okay. I mean that distance
same
is
time?
okay. No. I got to
okay.
play House of Blues, and then in 2 weeks I'll play
okay.
BFE. Direct support for Luna, I think.
Okay.
That's how you say it.
Luna?
Yeah, they're really, really good. Really,
Okay.
really cool people too.
Lunara or Luna?
Is it Lunara? Is that what
I
it
think
is?
Lunara.
Okay, well then
Yeah.
maybe it's that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Cat Freeman
Yeah.
project.
Yeah, really cool
So it's
people.
Lunara.
Really good band. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to play that. They're very supportive, and
Yeah.
and I haven't got to see them live yet. So
Yeah, they're very good. Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
That'll
I'm
be a good
excited.
show.
I'm excited for that.
We'll probably definitely be in both of those.
Cool.
So yeah.
Did you just notice that he just said, well, probably, definitely?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
work permitting, of course, but yeah. COVID permitting,
Yeah.
life,
What about
nuclear bombs.
What about
all that.
music, man? Every time I talk to you, you usually have something new that you've slammed together.
Yeah, I released a single last week. That's a EDM kind of house track that I did with a producer named Stephen Bogle out in downtown, and he asked me to write a couple songs for him, and I was like, yeah, sure. So I wrote a couple songs, we recorded them, and then that was like 2 years ago, and then it finally came out like last week.
Wow.
And it was there's 3 different versions of it because people did remixes to it. So there's like a regular version that you would hear in a disco in Europe, and then there's another one that you'd hear like in a club here, and then there's another one that's like you would hear almost has a hip hop kind of vibe to it. So those 3 were released last week. I just finished. I just got the final masters for a new song called Warning Shot. Not really a new song, but everybody's been asking about it. So I have that, and I'm about to release that. And then I have this thing called Fear that's been in my back pocket for a minute. So I have 3 of them. 3 of them were just released, and I have 3 more that need to be released within the next 6 months. I just got to plan it the right way.
That's cool. Did you? That's cool that you did the different versions. I was going to ask you because I've noticed that recently a lot. Spotify, whatever. They've been releasing like Shinedown Symptom of Being Human. There's like 3 or 4 different versions of it. Papa Roach's Leave a Light On. I think there's about 4, maybe 5 versions.
Yeah, because you never know which one's going to stick with people. You know, and then when
I like different ones. I like the instrumental ones. I like the piano ones. They did one that was popish, and I was like, man, that's pretty cool. It's very
you
upbeat.
just change the drums on something and make it a dance beat, quick.
Yeah, now let me ask you this: if they're doing that, using Shinedown as an example, and I probably know somebody I could ask that too, because I'll probably see them in about 2 weeks. If they're doing drums, the normal drums on the normal song. When they switch it up, it's not a drummer anymore. It's a machine. Is that correct?
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time,
Yeah.
probably.
That's what I was thinking too.
Program drums.
But it's probably a drummer programming the drums.
Yeah,
Most of the time it is, or at least they know how to play the drums.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
to some extent. Yeah,
Yeah, they get the basic concept.
Yeah, I was curious about that, but yeah, I've noticed that recently.
I mean, that's the way to maximize your track, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Why
Yeah.
not?
I've seen some songs that I really like that they've done that at least 3 different occasions, like in the last.
I imagine the musician has
8-9
to be
months.
willing to do that, though, too, you know?
Yeah, it's about the song. It's not about, it's about what, to me, it's about what the lyrics say. It's about the concept of the song. So if you can make music that sounds like it could be played somewhere else.
How does it reach somebody? You know.
Yeah, then go for it. I would love that.
Yeah.
Anybody I had a guy last night email me from Spain, and he said, "Hey, I'd love to do your mixing for you. I heard this song. It was A Little Direction, which was one of the first songs I ever recorded." So I was like, "Man, that's the wrong song to listen to." But it's
Yeah.
okay. But he wants to mix and master one of my songs and do a remix to another one.
But he heard something in it, though.
But he heard something.
Yeah,
and
that's
he reached
cool.
out.
Spoke to him. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I like that. You touch something inside of them
Yeah,
that made
yeah.
him go, wow, okay, this is good.
And he's good. I looked him up, and he's good. All of his tracks sound really good.
How much work is involved in that to get another mix out? I mean, you're just talking cadence of drums for sure.
Well, yeah.
What do you
Studio
mean?
time, you mean?
Like on a song, if you're going to make it sound a little bit more poppy, if it's a slower song, you're going to speed it up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering
It's
how.
probably just a matter of manipulating different tracks.
Yeah, I
in
wonder
and
how
outs,
much work
you
goes
know.
into that. You know.
If it's an experienced producer, he can do it pretty quick.
Yeah.
But it just depends on how much you want it changed. But normally they can do it pretty quick. Sometimes you have to sit there in the studio and you waste 4 hours trying to pick the perfect sound.
Yeah.
Or the perfect ear candy to go where it should go, and you wasted 4 hours. So it all depends on how fast you find the sound you're looking for, and then once you find the sound, then it's easy. Then it's just programmable real quick.
Yeah, because just drums, you're saying drums, but there's hundreds of sounds of different drums.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, there definitely is.
So it does take time to find that one that fits what you're doing and doesn't sound just totally crazy. Yeah. But it's fun. That's the fun stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the
No, I think I do.
It's
Like
good
I said, I
times.
think that is really cool. I and all those songs, I actually like all the different versions of them, but I like them for different reasons. So
Right.
and
So how far have you reached Earth extents? Like,
What do you mean?
you're hitting other countries, obviously, right? You said
Yeah,
Spain.
yeah. Spain, Australia, Philippines. I'm really big in
Wow,
for some
that's
reason.
crazy.
Which I'm not too surprised because Ed Sheeran's a looper, and his biggest
Okay.
fan base is in the Philippines.
Wow, I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
That's surprising.
Mexico, Canada, New Zealand, but there's a lot. It's played all over, but besides the U.S., I think the next one is Philippines.
Wow, would have never guessed that.
yeah.
You ever been to the Philippines?
No, just several of my friends have, but not
Yeah.
me. I can't.
Somebody was telling me that's where they're planning on going next. Oh yeah, Carmen.
That's who it was. That's right.
Yeah, Carmen was saying they were going to go to the Philippines.
Yeah, she goes everywhere.
You know Carmen?
Yeah. yeah.
He knows her.
Hi, Carmen.
Yeah,
Or is
yeah.
it-
Her and Shane are apparently have that on their list.
Probably listening right now. Hi, Carmen.
Hi, Carmen.
Somebody's going to get spanked in the Philippines.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. No, I have friends from out there, but no, not my travel thing, man.
Yeah,
We've talked about that before.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No
when
plans.
when they build that bridge,
When they build a bridge to the Philippines, you're on it.
I'm there, man.
Expedition's gone.
Well, that's a long stretch without a nap, man.
yeah, I don't think that's possible.
Yeah. No,
You
they-
can go on a boat, on a big ship. Possible. Put you in a cargo can.
God. Yeah, that just would be too.
He's having anxiety just thinking about it.
It just closed up.
Yeah. So Foundation Room, I love seeing you there. It's such a cool place, isn't it?
It is a cool place. The sound is really good in there, and
Yeah.
that's like the fanciest room I've ever been in
So
my life. So
comfortable.
when you walk in, when I first walked in, I was like, I don't belong here. Like it's
Yeah.
way too rich for me to be in here.
That imposter
the-
syndrome kicks in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that the one No, there's like a bar or something downstairs if you come through the parking garage. That's not the foundation room.
No.
Well, there's a door there, yeah, and you go up
I've come through
the
there
elevator
before, yeah.
to the foundation room.
Yeah, you take the elevator up. Yeah.
Okay, because I've been to the regular room, I guess you would call it. Hell, I don't even know what the hell it's called.
The main House of Blues.
Yeah.
There's a couple of different little
I think
bars.
there's like 3 of them.
Yeah, that are up in that same level. Foundation room is not on the foundation, though. It's up. I think 3 up. But yeah, it's a very cool place.
Yeah, I like that place.
Yeah, there's a last night I was looking. We're talking about venues. I was looking at Main Street Crossing. For me,
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there.
You're talking about the one on Tomball?
Yeah,
I've never been there.
I like it.
Is that a theater?
yeah,
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. And it's like do-si-do almost, where you sit down and
Right. They
Yeah,
have
that's what I
signs
heard.
that say turn off your phone. And
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty serious about it too. I got yelled at.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
Prophets and Outlaws is playing there on, I want to say Wednesday. Have you ever heard of Prophets and Outlaws before? They're good. They're like Texas country, and I like them even. So I wanted to go, and they had a section that was premier reserved seating. Like all the other sections, they had like, well, how many seats you want. Well, this one was only giving me one choice. In other words, like, what if I go, my wife can't go? You know, I'm trying to think of, yeah. So, I don't know because I've never been there. If I go into a new venue, like somebody was talking about what big concerts coming up. Well, they were talking about going to see Nickelback or somebody at the thing. Well, I'm very big on, no. I want to know exactly what, don't tell me just this row. No. Because it's got to be either up front or on the end. I will not sit in the middle.
Yeah.
And
most big venues you can select your seat.
yeah, I like select the
location.
seat, but
Yeah.
I wasn't positive if that was the case there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like the Toyota Center. I'd much rather go because of the way the seating is. I would much rather go to the AAC in Dallas than go to Toyota Center. I
think you just like going to Dallas.
No,
You're always in Dallas.
I'm very picky on my sweet spots in each venue. Like we're going to see. Oh, this is great. Laura's going to be going. So, me, Jim, Buddy, and Dave.
Yeah.
That's we're going to go see. They're going to come with me to go see the Black Crowes
Okay.
on the in April. Now I'm trying to pick out. I love 713. It is the Bomb Factory was probably my favorite that size in Dallas until they built 713 because 713 is just like the Bomb Factory. What's called the Factory now. Don't want to offend anybody, but they 713 I love. It's like that, but it's a little bit taller up. But I'm trying to pick the sweet spot of where I want to be because that crowd on that floor is pretty. I mean, they sell. If you ever been to Criterion in Bricktown in Oklahoma City, it's a lot like that as well. Well, I'm trying to make it to where I find what's good at 713, and I found right up front on the right there's a table, and I wanted to try and get that first balcony, but it wasn't there. So I'm going to see if this one is good. I'll find out it's supposed to be. But yeah, we're going. I love
At
the Black
713.
Yeah, it's 713.
okay.
Yeah, and I liked the Black Crowes before, but then I saw them when they first came back when they reunited, and that's one hell of a show live, man. It is really good. So yeah,
Going back to the country. Hold on, our producer's trying to say something, but she's moving her mouth. Your lips move, but I can't
Spit it
hear
out,
what you're
woman.
saying.
You can say it loud. We
Just
want
bring
people
it.
to
Come
hear.
on.
Yeah, we want people to hear our errors.
Huh? What'd she say?
Some
Demra, yeah. Demra, Adrian Arce's wife works there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you know her?
I know I've seen her and met her probably, but I just how I
You need to
am.
get her on a podcast. Tell us about 713.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that because
That'd be
I
cool.
love that venue. If somebody hadn't been there yet, man, go.
I haven't been there.
That's the best venue of that size. That we're talking about what, the 5,000. Is that right? Maybe I'm guessing. That venue type. Yeah, and
You talking about capacity?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
It's like the Bomb Factory in Dallas. I think it's about that. Whatever that. And
I know they
it's-
fill it up pretty good. When
Oh,
you come to town.
and then some. I saw. I've seen a few things there, but I saw Whiskey Myers, I think, last, and they were really good. Whiskey Myers, by the way, is a rock band. They're not a country band.
Yeah, yeah.
Make sure I have a shirt that actually says that. So
Now you dabbled a little bit in country, right?
No, never,
No?
never really. No, I've had people say, that my voice has a twang to it, that
It
it
does,
sounds like
yeah.
country. But the melodies, I never listened to country growing up. So the melodies I always got from other places. So that's why I don't consider
Does that
it.
even apply now though? Because country's so different.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess it depends on who's listening
Yeah.
and who's classifying.
yeah, because there's a mix like the Red Dirt. It's almost like Southern rock almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You got the name for country.
Yeah.
Doug Westcott. I'm like,
Got
hell
West
yeah.
in there.
I'm like, he's at the rodeo this year.
I
isn't
never
he?
thought of that. That was last year. No.
So you did play the rodeo
I did. I played last year. It was
for the livestock.
an
Houston Livestock.
experience. Huh?
The Houston Livestock Show.
Yeah,
rodeo.
yeah.
Wow, cool.
At NRG Center, but it was it was an experience. Same thing with South by Southwest.
Mhm.
It's not what you think
Is
it is.
it
until you
just
get-
too, like administrative? Like
Yeah. Well, no, not really. It's just you're playing on a stage that's like a small little coffee table. And,
oh wow,
And you're playing with hard marble floors, and so the sound's everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's vendors everywhere. And the vendors are complaining it's too loud because
Oh,
they
yeah.
can't talk to the customers.
right.
And so you're just playing quietly, and while everybody's walking by, I was like,
Yeah,
I've done better shows at a flea market.
yeah.
As far as the crowd goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really even apply this year because I was like, I don't. I'd rather have the shows where the people are in the front, and
Yeah.
and it's more people in the front to where it's
And
instead
they're
of just
hearing your
walking by.
music the way it's supposed to be heard.
Right.
That's important, I think.
Right.
Because if you go somewhere like that and you hear it sounds terrible, then they walk away with a bad impression,
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't do you any benefit. you
And
know?
I didn't start listening to country until like 2 years ago, and 2 or 3 years ago. And the reason why was because I heard a Keith Urban song, and I heard
Oh, yeah.
what he wrote. And so country writing really appeals to me because it talks about not all country, but a lot of country talks about life and the things that we go through, and that's what I like to write about. So I
Yeah.
relate to that. I just don't relate to the way.
Pick up-
I don't relate to their melodies.
delivery.
I don't want to hear a song that has critter, pickup truck, honey,
Beer,
Man, what's wrong with that?
I don't want to hear that.
right?
No,
Yeah.
Keith Urban's delivery is very unique.
It
He
is.
is from Australia. He's not.
He's
Right,
one hell of
yes.
a guitarist too, man.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, till
He's a
summer
beast on the
comes
guitar.
around was the song that made me start listening
Yeah,
to country.
and he's a beast on that guitar.
Yeah, oh yeah, he is.
Which is just crazy when you see it and you're like, wait, what?
Wait, what did you just
Why are
say?
you wasting
Yeah.
this on country music?
Rewind,
I know, right?
rewind.
Yeah, he's really good. But yeah, you could probably definitely dip into that if you wanted to.
Well, I may have to. I've been contacted by
We break this in for Star Wars.
I've been contacted by an A&R rep from SSM Nashville Records, and he's offered me a radio promotion. So it is a country
Kind of
based label.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen yet, but they want me to fly out to Nashville, write with their writers, record at their studios, and then put that song on the radio. And then once it's on radio, it's like 255 stations in the U.S. and I think 100 in the U.K. And then they find out where I'm popular and where I'm not, and how popular. And based off of that data, they could offer me a record deal. And if they don't offer me a record deal, they still try to pitch you to the other record labels on Music Row in Nashville. So I talked to the guy tomorrow.
When are you going?
I don't know. I talked to him tomorrow. I find
Yeah.
out. But I've been offered the proposal, and so tomorrow I get to tell him, hey, let's do it. Let's move forward. Let's
Cool.
let's do it, because he said something that everybody thinks they know the answer in music, or they think they have a close idea, and you hear everybody, and everybody has a different opinion. And then I talked to this guy who's the real deal, A&R rep at a real record label in Nashville on Music Row. And he says things like, nothing happens in music without the political pipeline support. And I'm like, whoa, it's like the Illuminati, but for music,
It definitely exists, man. And there's different cliques.
Yeah, and he said there's like 30 of us, and if we decide what gets on radio and we decide what doesn't. And he was like, without someone in that group, without connection in that group, your shot's like 1 in a million.
Yeah, and there's all genres now are in Nashville, so it's
Yeah.
He also said Nashville's I'll never forget this. He said it's a 10 to 15 year town. He said if you want to come here and become an artist to be profitable, it takes 10 to 15 years and 100 to 200K over that time period. Mm-hmm. He said when you have someone with the political pipeline support, you can do it in 2-3 years.
Wow.
And so that's that door that I can't ignore. I have to walk through it.
Yeah, that's a nice projection considering like how many years do you have in it already?
10 years.
Yeah,
in.
so that'd be pretty good.
This will be my 10th year.
Yeah.
Although I don't really count the first 2 because I didn't really play shows as much. I was just practicing, trying to get it down. But yeah, the future looks really good from here.
But you never know unless you go for it, right?
Right.
So that's
right.
And that's the key right there.
And if I'm being played all over, then that'll give them a better idea of, hey, maybe this could be something, or maybe it's nothing. And if it's nothing, then I'm sorry, it didn't work out. But I don't know. I have faith.
It's like Kinetics. They just moved to Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to. Yeah.
I like their sound. They have like an STP sound.
Yeah, but if you
cool.
no, I like it too. And I'm just saying, if you're gonna go after your dream, then go after it.
You have to go for it.
You have to take risks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be up in Nashville for a vinyl release we're doing with one of our music influencers.
Doug knows some people in Nashville.
Oh, yeah?
I know no one. That's a lie. No,
you do?
No, I do have friends up there. I'm starting to make a few friends, and they're it's an interesting city. I never saw it like that. Growing up, it was a lot different. But like I said, everybody's there music-wise. Mm-hmm. And the producers I know, some of them just rock, but some they're doing rock 1 minute and country the next. And I mean,
it's music, man.
Yeah, there's a guy. I say a kid. Now he's not a kid. He's probably about 6 years younger than me. But from my little town of 20,000, and he's done everything. But I know like the last thing he did that's up for everything right now is on Shinedown's last album, Planet Zero. He wrote "Dead Don't Die," and that song is, so I mean that's pretty damn cool. I like to tout that from our little. I mean, it's a small little town I'm from. So yeah. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, he chased his dream, and he's been there for years in Nashville.
You got a couple of tracks picked up, right? For a movie?
For a movie, yeah. I got offered 2 songs that are going to be in a movie coming out. We still don't have a release date, but the filming's done, the editing's done. He got the final paperwork. He took it to the production company, and then they're supposed to tell us when the release date is. But they're going to pitch it to Netflix, but it doesn't mean Netflix is going to pick it up.
Yeah,
because Netflix is very particular about certain things. So,
but there's several.
There's several. Yeah, they're going to go Roku and Hulu and Peacock and all that. Mm-hmm. So whoever, once they find out who's going to stream it, then they'll have a release date.
Cool.
So I'm excited because most of the time when you have a song in a movie, it plays 15, 20 seconds max. Like that's pretty much what your song's going to get. And sometimes it's just a little 10-second clip.
Yeah.
Now I have the 2 that are in this movie. One plays for 3 minutes and one plays for 5 minutes. So it's like a whole scene, that's going through.
And you never know, dude. I mean, when I started watching Yellowstone and I heard that music, I was like, man, I love that, but who the hell is that? So I'm typing in the words from the lyrics, and Whiskey Myers. So yeah, that's how I found. And John Janesh, our old promoter friend, had invited me at least a year before that to hear them play at Wildcatter, and I was like, man, I can't. I'm somewhere else. But once I started listening, I was like, my God, this band's good, So, so that's you can get that kind of hit, which is really good. There's a the show, and I've told you about it before.
On our What You Watching?
On our What You Watching? It's the one about the podcaster who does like crime stuff.
Yeah.
And I've got some crazy ass music out of that show too. There's some, I mean, it's really good to find music that I had never heard before either, but even stuff that should be in my I should listen to in the genres I listen to, but until I catch, and some of it's old. There was a song, God, I'll think of it in a little bit, but just really like an old, like I'm talking about 70s song.
Yeah.
It's like, my God, man, this sounds like Led Zeppelin, but now I can't remember who it was now. But you find music every once in a while like that.
Yeah, a lot of times when you're watching the show, something will hit you, and it's like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah, and
we do it all the time when we're watching.
It was used in a TV show, and no, who's it by? Sin's a Good Man's Brother. Is that, you know the song?
Mm-mm. No.
God, it's gonna kill me if I don't remember it. But
you don't remember it.
See, I don't. Damn it, that's getting.
He's dead.
Just fall over on the floor right now.
Yeah.
But no, just that's just
So you got 2 dates coming up. What else you got coming up?
Oh, I got
What's
more
on the
dates than that.
horizon?
I get to open for Michael Graves again from the Misfits, lead singer of the Misfits.
Cool.
I opened up for him in October, but I was
He's the one that wears his hair like an point in the front.
not anymore. No, he's
No?
real
Okay.
short hair now.
Oh, cool.
But I opened up the show, and then a band played, and then he played, and then now he's coming back, and he asked for me
Oh,
to be
nice.
direct support. So I'll be direct support for Michael Graves. That's April 10th.
That's very cool.
And then a couple show dates in May. So I'm still booking more. So I want to keep booking. But I'm more focused on booking the right shows.
Yeah.
Instead of booking
Just fluff.
how
Yeah.
many quality over quantity.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I got those coming up, and then the movie thing coming up. Some new songs to be released, and then I got a bunch I need to record, like a bunch.
Well, that's good motivation for you.
Yeah.
Kind of push forward.
It keeps me on my toes.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Especially because the new song I have to practice it like all the time because the timing is so different than what I'm used to. So that's like, oh, okay, I got a show this week. I got to rehearse twice as much because I'm going to play the new song. So that keeps me honest too.
And you still primarily just use an acoustic guitar, right?
Yeah, always an acoustic.
An electric.
Mhm.
You
Acoustic
never
electric, yeah.
played an electric.
I did
for
when I
your
was
stuff?
young, but not with a loop. I've
Not
never
with a
played
loop?
it with a loop.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just messing around a couple times, but
It kind of takes your percussionist away, right?
it does. It takes the
Yeah.
percussion away, and I don't even know if I own an electric. I think I have
wow.
one electric that needs fixing.
Yeah.
But no, I don't ever play electric anymore. I
If it
don't know
ain't-
why.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
way. That's a good way to put it.
it's amazing that I think about that as much as you play. No.
No, probably because I don't have one. If I had one, I
Possibly, yeah.
may play more, but it's not something I'm interested in pursuing.
Yeah.
You could come out to BFE at Godfather Fest. There's a nice guitar that they're gonna have.
What kind of guitar?
I can't say anything, can I?
No.
Okay, then I'm taking.
There's gonna be a
everything
lot of
back.
good
That was
stuff
me.
for
You
auction.
just dangled a dream and then took
I
it away.
know.
That's right, dude. Don't worry, I'll do it all the time, man.
But
Make lots of promises.
I'll be surprised if you couldn't get like a Taylor artist deal. Have you ever tried to like
Oh, I don't know. I never even thought of that.
hit them up on something like that?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. Because you're a faithful Taylor user.
Yeah,
So,
and Hey Dudes too. I should hit them
Oh,
up
yeah.
because that's all I wear. Well, that's cool.
Oh, now you like it, huh?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Forget-
Taylor has artists, right?
I didn't know that. Okay,
I think so.
I'll look
yeah.
into that.
Look into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're being told what we can and can't say.
Yeah.
We're being held down by the man, the wool man.
Sean Crankcase Hamilton is doing a custom deal for the benefit for Frankie Ludo at BFE,
And it is
and that'll be there for auction.
badass.
So yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, I liked it. I
Well,
liked the
Doug, what
design.
else you got, man? Doug,
Doug?
DD, double
Doug.
D's.
Doug?
Yes.
It's good to have
Anything
that
else
name
you
on.
want to? You're on Instagram, Spotify,
Instagram,
Apple.
Spotify, Apple. I'm on all the platforms.
Yeah.
If you Google my name, everything pops up.
What's hitting hardest on? You're getting more hits on Spotify, you think, or
Probably, yeah, because it's one of my songs it's the If She Wanted To She Would, for some reason got on a radio playlist on Spotify, and so for the past week it's been blowing up. I went from like 200 monthly listeners to like 1,000 now, and so I think it's just being played all over the place because it was like played 2,000 times in 28 days.
wow,
And then it said in the last 7 days it's performed 1,300. So in the last 7 days, it's been one song's been streamed 1,300. So I knew it had to be on some kind of playlist.
Yeah.
But I can't find the playlist on Spotify to look it up. And I'm actually a little frustrated with Spotify right now because they removed Dreaming. One of my songs, Dreaming, is not on Spotify anymore, and it just happened. I don't even know where it's at. So I got to contact them and go through all that crap.
that's weird.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Not.
I'm sure you're not the only one that deals with that.
Oh no, and I've had
Yeah.
to deal with it before. You know, when they released the 3 versions, the latest one I released last week, they didn't put it on my Spotify either, and the producer had to go back and make the corrections, and then now it's on there.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if it undid something too. I'll have to look into it. I hate doing that kind of stuff. That's why I want a manager again.
Yeah. Leave that to the business people. Yeah.
I haven't heard those 3 versions yet, and they're all on Spotify.
They're on Spotify. Cool.
Yeah, that'll be on my way home then.
To do
man.
list.
Cool. I like the second one, the house mix. That's the
house
one
mix?
I like. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us today, man.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for
coming
having
out.
me.
Driving all the way out here.
Well,
Yeah, it's not too far.
it's the Nonsense Chronicles. We'll be back. Please like,
And
subscribe.
later.